Hello.
Good evening. How's everybody doing?
Welcome back.
Doing great. How are you guys doing? 52.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you. 52. Wow.
Who knew?
Okay, new episode, new mission. Last time we watched the Witcher 4 tech demo, right?
Yeah.
And it was interesting, but the time was a little bit short, but necessary. This time we will concentrate on back to, I would say, combat. Okay?
Sounds good.
Sounds good. The
Yeah.
thing is, in the last 2 weeks I worked on C++, so can't really show you work. Hey, look at this. Although I mean, maybe you are interested in code lines, or Tiva, do you think code lines are attractive?
Probably not the whole episode.
I'm sure some people would see a certain elegance in decent coding, Mustafa.
Some aesthetic things or what?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It'd be nice to show, but not the whole episode for sure.
No.
This is not a coding channel.
Okay.
Sorry.
Really?
We want
Is
visuals.
that not what we're doing here?
No, get that over to your dev channel, buddy. Get
Wrong place.
Yeah, I'd better go. I'll see you guys later.
Okay. In the meanwhile, what I wanted to tell you, there was something. Let me think really fast. I'm thinking. My brain is not working.
Yeah.
And
The more you try to.
I'm not searching for a YouTube tutorial video.
I can hear it, Mustafa. I can hear it whirring.
Yeah.
It sounds
I'm
painful.
really okay. Here, I think I found it. Okay, and here we have it. And my brain works. Okay. Okay. This time we want to fix something. We want to fix in our combat what we worked right before on it. I found some really nice tips and tricks on a YouTube channel today or yesterday. And it is like you are reading a book and there's this one line or this one word what changed everything in your life.
Yeah. It happens like that often.
Yeah, and this was for me like this. So I saw something on YouTube and was like, hey, why I never did it before like this? Wait, this is wrong.
Now I'm intrigued.
Yeah. How old was the YouTube video?
Actually, one day.
Wow. So then that's why you didn't find it before.
Yeah. This is a good point. This is a really good point. But okay, yeah, you're right. Let's just on the side here, guys. How is it? Is this better for you when everything is big like this, or you prefer more? Let me change this. Like this.
I'm easy either way, personally.
I mean,
Yeah.
Tiva, I know you are okay with it, but Ben, maybe you want that we change it like this. So.
Like that? Yeah, I can need to go get my glasses.
Okay. Enough fun.
I mean,
jokes.
People watching it on what was that?
Sorry. I must admit, I am on a mobile, so everything's 10 times smaller than you guys.
Yeah, no, I was going to say that was
yes. This was the reason why I asked it you. Definitely.
Exactly.
I'm good, buddy. I'm happy with anything you're happy with.
Yeah, Mustafa showing love to everybody watching in a mobile.
About something. Character set of character. Okay, it's nice. Sprint. Relax. Let me test something. Okay, let us go first up to date. Okay, what we have. This is our classic Fury project. Okay, where you remember this, where we every time work on our combat and everything.
Yeah.
I want to check something. When I'm walking, and then I'm sprinting, there happened nothing with the camera. And also, yes. The first thing what I want to change is, and this is where I get today, like why I did it not before, like this. Okay, look, we have the option to aim and then go into the states, right?
Yeah.
But I need to hold my right finger all the time to get into the state. So it is like I'm blocking and doing the stuff at the same time. Okay?
Okay.
Why not getting into the state? Why not getting into the state when I'm locked into an enemy?
Instantly. Oh, okay.
Yeah, like this. Okay, imagine like, look, you see this small orange button on this body,
Yeah.
on this body of this body. Yeah, this means I'm logged on. Okay, and this means also that we are in a combat mode, like in a combat mode. Okay, so my question is, why not getting into this combat mode when we are locked in and not when we press the right button to aim? Let us
Yeah.
change this. Okay.
Yeah,
I've got it. Yeah, okay.
that's
I think
intuitive.
this would give much better game feeling. So for this,
Yeah,
we need to check something.
it would
Let's check.
seem more natural, right?
What, Ben?
It would seem more natural that way, actually.
Yeah. I actually can delete completely this one.
Or big moves.
No, I tested here something, but it don't really works. And you know what? I will do this later when I not have so much things in my head. Let us check. Yeah, the lock on thing. Here, the AC lock on. First of all, I want to find references by name so that we can look, hey, where we use our code actually all the time. Okay, like here. Mouse wheel up, mouse wheel down. Is this a command? I didn't know that this is a command too. Mouse wheel up, down.
It's a cheat code. Unlimited ammo.
I know what happens then. Then we are able to switch between, let me show it to you. Imagine like we have two of them, okay? And now I am locked in. And now, you see, I can switch between them.
Yeah.
Didn't know that we have this feature. Okay, but let us come back. So AC lock on. What I need is a bowl, okay? I need a command. I need something what tells me, hey, no, you are locked in. And then we create a bowl maybe there and say, okay, this is the bowl what we have. Like, is lock on. The question is, do we have this command inside of our combat? Or did we need to go into, let me check, AC lock on. This is a component, okay? And lock it on target, but this is an actor. Is lock on here. Is
Yeah.
lock on. This is a bowl. This is exactly what we need. So I'm thinking is lock on is private. Yes, it is private. Can we also use it? I don't know. So what happened when I say look, we have it here. Is lock on. Get is lock on. AC lock on, get is lock on. So can we say condition here? Look, switch on E action. No, not this one. Get is lock on. Projectile attack. You will automatically lock on. This means actually that's what happened. What is this one? Heavy attack input. So where's the command where I lock automatically on? So when we say
Auto lock, maybe?
what?
Auto lock.
Auto lock? No. Wait, let me think. 1 second. Let me think. We have the component, and this component, all the stuff happened. Lock on targets. Everything happened here. Find target to lock on. And then we have here. You know what? What we do is we will create a reference here or a variable, okay, to log on. Let me check how it was. Sorry, I need to go back inside of this to understand how it was again.
No problem. It's like a
Play.
Jimmy Neutron brain blast.
Yeah, wait. Where's our log on? Find references by name. AC locked on. Inputs can be finished. What way he's saying is get distance to target, inputs. Middle mouse button. Let us find the middle mouse button. Why am I looking for heavy attack, calls down, cycle weapon, perform spell, play montage.
And
Any
we've had a
key.
couple comments over even the past month on these streams, so they're picking up steam. Thank you, or not on this current one. Maybe we'll get one later. But thank you guys for everyone who's watching, because a lot of people are watching sometimes and don't comment or watch.
Thank you. Yes, thank you for watching.
So I appreciate that. You all.
This is really frustrating. Why I'm not finding it at the moment. Target.
I think Unroll needs a better way to search, it seems.
No, it is. Everybody will laugh when I not here was middle. Wait, I have a better idea. Let us check first inputs. Okay, let's go into our inputs, and then log on here.
Oh, that was quick.
But not in this way. Sorry, my mistake. We go to the here, the IMC, and here then we will find log on. It is Q. Okay. Yeah, and we need to find this IA log on. Okay.
IA log on.
That's what it's called.
Mm.
And can you search for that?
Yeah, sure I can.
Perfect.
Find nothing here. Payment's a log on. My mistake. Sorry. Here then. IA log on. And there we have it. IA log on. Here, log on target. I have it.
Nice. Okay.
Auto log on. So what happened here is log on target. Okay. Let me check this really quick. Okay, we get into AC log on then. So what we need here is a ball what says, okay, we are logged on now. Okay. We go into this one and say, what was the name? Is get is log on. So and this is now the next thing. We don't have the variable here because it is private, and we say to this one, be not
No more
private.
private.
We compile and save this. We can close this one, and now when we look for get is log on. Okay, and then we promote this to a variable and put this, I would say right after this one. Put the string here, put the string here. A little bit cleaner. And compile and save. Now you will ask why we put it here. The thing is, we needed this variable. So this boolean, okay? For.
Yeah.
You can close this one. You can close this one too. For our Combat Fury animation. No, I want to go to the blueprints. And then here, ABC sandbox character. We needed this for our anim blueprint, okay? Animation blueprint.
Okay.
And actually, wow, when I did this one, I completely forget what I did here. Crazy stuff. Okay. Now we go here to the event graph. So what we have here is we also added all of them here in a very dirty way. This is not the correct way, guys, trust me. So what we do is we do it in the same way, okay? We go into our sandbox character and we know we have our variable inside of the sandbox character. So look, quick tutorial, okay? We created our variable here inside our CBP sandbox character. Our CBP sandbox character uses the anim class ABP sandbox character. So we go into our ABP sandbox character where all the animations happen, okay? And then we have here our reference to our sandbox character, to this one, okay? because it is corrected to CBP sandbox character here, variable type. What we do is we put a string out and say, hey, give me get log on. And when we scroll completely down, you will find here get is log on. This is the variable what we need, okay? So now this is the variable what we created. The next thing is that we promote it here to a variable because we need it inside of our enemy blueprint. And then we put all the strings back so everything works. And now our log on is to log it to our animation blueprint. Why we needed this variable inside of this animation blueprint? Because we want to use it in the chooser table. The chooser table for animations, for the movement animations. So what we do is now we go to characters, UFN mannequin. Then it makes no difference if you, sorry guys, let me drink fast.
Is that tea?
What?
Is that tea?
No, it is a mocktail.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but the
Mocktail,
ice is
then.
completely melted. Necessary. Let us come back. Okay, we go into animations. We go into motion matching data. Then we open our CHT post search database dense, because here's where the magic happened. Okay. Also, we will change now something. At the moment, it is like that we use the ones to aim. Okay, because every time when we click the right mouse button, we aim. So what we will do is we will add another column here, a bowl, because why a bowl? Because this is a boolean, right? So we need a bowl. Add column bowl. You can also add any other variable, but we will put this at the beginning. So, and then when we look here, bind ABP sandbox character, and then you will find our new variable here on the down is log on. Okay. So, and now at the moment, everything is put it on any. This means it will happen anytime, but we don't want that this happen anytime. Why I put it here? Because I will copy everything what I did in the ones to aim into this one. So when we have here false, then false, true, then true, true. Because imagine like this is a table, okay? You have here the idles block. The idles happen when just done it light, just done it heavy, and then you type in false, any, or true. Okay, so you put your system inside, and then you can choose here like the idle is any. The block idle, what I set it up, is unarmed. Okay, it happens only when you are unarmed, or the other sword idle is only in sword mode. Okay, so and what we do now is we change this ones to aim into log on. This means that we copy this one, false, false, true, 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 true. This makes no sense because I completely blocked this spear thing. I'm not working with this. This again, false. Yeah, we can set this on false too. This one is false, true, true, any, false, true, true. So, and what we do now is we click on this I. Yeah, the I, because we want that he don't use this anymore, that he use this one. Okay, so we save. And I can delete it. I can delete it completely, but why I don't delete it? What is when this not works correctly? Okay, maybe I want to go back to this one, and when I don't have this anymore, then I will sit here and say, oh, I destroyed more than I created. And what we do next is, this was only the idle states. This is only the idle states. We go back, then we go into the walk states. Same thing here too. We create a new column, a bowl, binds us to our ABP sandbox character. Choose is log on. Let us put this to the beginning, like here, and then we copy everything from ones to aim. False, true, true, false, true, true, false, true. And trust me guys, with time it goes very, very complicated. So sometimes you sit here and then you try to figure out, hey, why I put this on false and this on true, and why this works now and this not, and then it goes really complicated. Again, let me check. False, true, true, false, true, true, false, true, true, false, true, true, any. Okay, let us close this one. Save, go back. Notice the runs. I don't know if I have something in the runs. No, I don't think that I have something in the runs. Wants to aim? No, I don't have anything. Because this way I have something, I block it. Sprint, I never set up something for sprint. In air, crouch, idle, crouch moving, I never set up something for this one. So we are done. Now it's time to test it.
Amazing how methodical you have to be with stuff, though, not to miss a single step.
Thank you.
Yeah, it makes sense why it's so realistic, because everything is like triggered and sent into motion that way.
Okay, let us look on. And nothing happened, guys. Nothing happened.
It's not doing it automatically, auto lock.
We are locked in. So this can happen. This means two things. The first thing is that our variable is in the wrong place. But you see, I'm doing nothing. He's in the state. So the variable is in the wrong place. Yes. So we go now here to is lock on. I think we need to put it to the end. We break this one. Put this here. Back. Let's lock on. Let's make it a little bit cleaner. Compile and save. But why? Okay, wait. Lock on target. Let us check. I'm not sure if this will work. Okay. So now it is correct, but the only thing what works is the idle. I know why. I know why.
Why?
You know why?
No. Share with the class.
Yeah, carry on.
Okay, let me explain. Why only the idle happen and everything else not happen is very easy. It is really clear. It is not because our variables are wrong or something, okay? Everything's correct, but what we completely forgot is that every time when we go into our blocking state, we aimed. And when we aim, this means that we strafe. Okay? So what we need to set up is more like this. So this means everything's correct. Okay, it works. The idle works. So I will show you why it works. Okay, let me show you. It's easier when we go into event graph. Then we have here a nice function. It's the toggle IA walk. I will connect this again because I can, with one click, I can go into the walking state. So and now I will log on. And when I go in the walking state, you see, it works, right?
Yeah.
But what is missing is the strafing function. What is missing is that we go into the walk state, because I connected everything what I talked about into into the IA aim and into the aim, okay? Because this was the function where I put it everything inside. Like not here, it's a commode graph. You will see it here. Here. IA aim, okay, wants to sprint, is blocking. I put this variable inside, wants to walk, wants to aim. And that he's strafing, okay? But now we need to completely think differently. We need to think differently.
Is it to do with the choice tables at all?
No,
Setting
we
it
need
up
to put
for-
some, we need to put some commands inside. Okay. So
Okay.
imagine like you are putting commands. What is with my mouse going on? Now I had it like this.
Is the battery dying?
Okay, back to this. Why? No. Okay. Lock notes it. No. The thing is, we need to think completely different. Okay, this lock on target. What happened right now is, or what needs to happen is, what's happened here. Wants to walk, wants to aim. But now I need to understand when we aim, we are strafing. And then we are back again in the blocking state. And I don't want to be in the blocking state. Let us test something. Okay, let us test something. So what is when we say when I locked on, not here. When I logged on, does this one, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Let's put some space here. Let us grab this function and put it out.
You're gonna
that we
copy?
have some space.
Copy
Sorry?
and paste. So you're gonna copy and paste?
No. I only wanted some space here, that we have a little bit more space to work on it. Because
Okay.
here it was a little bit. Yeah. So what we do is actually this one wants to walk, wants to sprint. I wants to aim. So let me.
Oh, you are copy and pasting.
Okay, yeah, the function. Yeah, but when you want, we can completely create it from scratch. This is no problem.
Yeah.
The input state. Then we will break this. Then we have all of the states. Do we want to break it? No, we want to set it.
That's probably the or one of the most helpful commands ever created. This command C and then
paste or what?
yeah, the copy. I
Copy
mean,
paste. Yeah.
everything. Like you have to use that because imagine how like inefficient it would be.
So, you know what? We will copy paste it. We grab this.
Yeah.
But you know, Control D.
No, what's that one?
Okay.
Control D.
Duplicate.
I only mark them. Okay, I only grab them like this with my mouse, or without putting something. Then go on any place and then click Control D.
Control
and then
D.
I have some.
Really?
Yeah, it is. You save Control C, Control V. You put only one time Control D, and then you have it here. Quick.
I'm confused actually. You press.
You can test it. Go into. Wait, let me show it to you.
What command is Control D?
Duplicate.
Control D.
Okay.
Imagine like this here when I.
So I'm trying to see how you use that with like Word or like in a document.
Yeah.
Well, it's just the same as Control C, Control V, but all you're doing is highlighting what you want.
I'm writing Tiva. Okay. I'm writing a Tiva. You see this Tiva, right?
Yeah.
So no. So to what is the word? Mark.
Copy.
What is it when I do this here?
Copy.
Highlight.
No. I highlight. Look, I do nothing. I don't click on Control C and Control V. Okay. What I do is now first Control A to highlight everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, or like this. Okay. Control A, and then I click only on Control D. Okay. This is a bad sample because
what's happening?
It will not work here. Okay, sorry.
Is that even a command? I think it's for Unreal Engine, probably.
No, it is not only for Unreal Engine. You can use it everywhere.
Okay, I'll test it after this call. Then I haven't used that one. I use Control X though. I like that one because you cut it and then
Okay,
it's
let me show it. Let me show it in a folder. Okay, imagine like we go. Let me go into any folder here. Okay, and then
Oh.
I'm creating a new folder. Okay, so I call this folder Tiva. Okay,
Yeah.
so now we have this folder here, Tiva, right?
Yeah.
I click on it, and then I click only on Control D, and it disappears.
Where did it go?
Control X, you know what Control X is?
Cut.
Cut.
Cut, yeah. Control Z is to go back. Control Y is to go forward. Ah, okay. Look, when I do it here, let me call this again, Tiva, Control D, it disappears. I don't know why. And when I then Control V, what is going on?
Windows doesn't like you tonight.
but Ben, you know this command or not?
I have come across it, yeah. It's not like I haven't used it a lot. I've just come across
It is definitely not Unreal Engine specific because I use it in Visual Studios 2 or
Oh, okay. Okay.
anywhere.
I'll play around with it. I haven't used it, so it's a new one to learn.
Okay. Let us connect this with this and then go into the action value because we want that he walks and also that he aims. Compile and save. Let us check if this works. So when we lock it into enemy, whoa, chill, buddy.
He's not seen action for long enough. He needs to get into the thick of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do something really bad here. I do some really bad work here. Let's log on. When we log on, wait. Let us not work with the action value. Let us work with the simple things like so. To say yes. Yeah, now it works.
Whoa.
Look, when I am locked on, then I will strafe, and when I'm not locked on, he will not anymore making these moves, okay, but he will strafe. So, and now we need a command that when we are not locked on anymore, this means we will, you know what we do now is we will create a branch.
We do Control D, right?
Yes, where you know this? Where did you know this? Not Control B. What Control B? No, I put this string and click only on B, and then I have a branch.
Ah.
What did you mean?
I was being facetious.
Control B. What is Control B?
No, Control D.
You deleted everything. Thanks. Was like Control Alt and F4. No, joke. It was a joke.
Control delete. Blue screen of death. Off we go. Go for a drink.
Okay. So now I need to sync. This branch means yes. Then we duplicate this with Control D, Tiva, and set this ones to wrong.
Somebody's cutting my lawn, so I have to be a little bit muted. So you guys, do you hear that? You hear that noise?
No.
Yeah, I hear really a little bit. What is going on? A party or what?
No, they're cutting my lawn.
I forget completely that it is not night there.
No, it's still bright.
So we set it up this branch and say when it's true, we will go into this state. When we are not locked on, when it's false, we will go out of the state. But I don't think this will work. Oh, it works. Sometimes I surprise myself so much.
Nice.
Okay, so what we did is quick reminder of what we did here is we are not longer needed to press our blocking thing, okay? But when I press it, he will go back into this one. Okay, we need to change something. And this happened because we have also our old commands here, like this one, okay? So we need to completely delete this and say the only thing what happened is this and this and this and this. And also what we want is, imagine like we are sprinting, right? Okay, this will be a little bit complicated. Come back. We are sprinting and then get into lock on. You will see there happened nothing, right? First when oh, yeah, we had this one too. Do you remember?
When you're out of stamina.
Yeah. Ben, did you see this? I think you was not there in this episode, right? Is Ben there?
Yeah, you might not have been there.
Ben?
I think he's having some connection issues.
Okay. Okay, so what? Let me make a quick recap of this. Okay. So at the moment, what happened is that this guy, who is really confused of his life, but we are locked on. But what not happen is when we attack him and we are locked on. Yeah, we need to rework this. Because it will only happen when we click manually on lock on, okay? So when I manually click on Q and lock on, but this is not what I want. I want that. Wait, this means, okay, I know what we need to do. We will go into this one, is lock on. We have this variable here. Do I am thinking wrong?
Connection is bad then.
So we have this log on here. Get this log on. This is a function from AC log on. Can we not call this directly?
What was that?
When we call it, that we say, then in the event begin play. Okay, I think Ben is back. Ben, are you there?
Yeah, I am. I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know what happened there. I just had a blip on my connection.
It's been a while since the connection went out like that, I think.
Yeah. I've been fortunate for the last few weeks.
Okay, I'm a little bit confused about how we set the variable up to. No, I know it, but I don't know why I'm confusing myself so much at the moment. Let me check something here. Let me check how this guy did it. He's calling this, but what we need is we need to call this too. It's a variable. Oh, I lost my mouse. Sorry, guys.
No problem.
There it is. Sorry. Okay, I know it is a really chaotic episode today.
You dropped your mouse.
Yes. Actually, what I want is really easy. I want that when we lock it on, we get a variable AC is logged on. And we have this variable here, what we figured out. But this one calls only, okay, we make it on the complicated way. Every time when this log on happen, where it was by name, let's log on. Like this one, okay? But this is a variable, so not confused, okay. I think we get the wrong variable here. Yeah, let me delete this, please.
Ooh.
It is the correct one, but it is a little bit different. So we lost it here. This is okay. Let's log on. We go away with this. And AC log on, auto log on. What we will do is we will connect this back. We need to change this completely. What we do is we go into this one and say promote to variable. And this is the correct one, is log on.
Okay.
But no. Is this enough?
Will it help going back into the character and trying to play and see what he does? Or not really?
Only one way to find out, right? Test it out.
No, this is again the same thing. Just log on.
But we tested it and it was wrong. So.
And when it's wrong,
we test another thing.
It is not logged on. Also, but yeah, this will not help us really. I can go inside of this. Okay, now we destroyed it completely. No, I need to think of this, guys. Okay, it will be a little bit confusing. Okay, at the moment, let us start from, okay. When we log on and let it go, it will not go back. Because, okay, the condition is missing. Compile and save. Now it is like when we log on and let it go,
doesn't do
we are getting back. Because
they're holding it in the lock-in state once you get there.
Let me test something. Let us test this one. Let's log on here. It's a get, not as a set. Okay. No. So it's completely wrong. What did I miss? Do we need to call it every time? This is a question. I don't think so. Let us go back to this variable what we did before. So this means we go into our AC logon, say is get is logon. Wait, before we do this, compile and save. So we don't create something double. Is logon. Here, so get is logon. And then we create a variable from this promoter variable. And then we can grab this here, oops, here, put this into condition, compile and save. So I know we are at this point where we was before. This means when I go into log, when I let it go, when I get into log, when I let it go, okay?
Yes.
But this means we need to set up this variable every time when we are tagging. So like this here, get is logon.
Okay.
Light attack with finisher. AC logon. So what did this mean for us?
How do you get it to call that every time then?
I'm thinking. Because the thing is, you know, there's a function inside. When I attack, you'll automatically log on, okay?
Yeah.
But this means that when we automatically log on, that what I want is that we set it up that he get also in the log on state, so that he moves around in the log on state. But then when we are let me test fast something. So I hit him, get back from the log on. Okay, so it makes no effect when I attack him and then go back from. So I attack him, he will not go into the strafe, and when I go out with the Q button, it will not affect. This is a good sign, because what we need is now that he goes into the blocking state when he lock it on. This means when this happen, it's lock on. And this happen in the auto lock on target, AC lock on. Yes, it is this, what is called lock on target.
Okay.
But you know what? Let's test this with heavy attack, light attack. Let me check really fast something. No. Weapon state. And then unarmed. SWAT parity to SWAT action setup. No, not that reactions. Where is our combo data? And buffered combo, BT unarmed combo. Heavy attack. Okay, let us test this with our. Is this all the light attacks? No, this is a heavy attack. What we want is. Yeah, we want this one. So we want it. We want unaimed attack. This is light attack. We want to check the light attacks. Heavy attack, light attack. This one. So let us test this on this one, okay? Lock on.
Okay.
What happened here is that he locked. This we can put on the side like this. And then here we will call this lock on. Yes. Pile. Save. I think we need to create a function. Look, I'm now No, this is not what I want. This don't work. Sorry, my mistake. This was too easy. Oh, no.
Sometimes it works like that, and it's the easiest thing. So I don't.
Yeah. So
For anyone watching who's wanting to get into development, this would be a great episode for you guys.
Yeah,
just in terms of problem solving and getting into the thick of development and blueprints.
I'm thinking about creating a function and put it inside, but we have here a function, what is called it from this one. So it is logged on. In this condition, it means, hey, look, when I am logged on, and this is true, then continue with the attack. But when I'm not logged on, and this is false, then please log on target. And then we come to this point, okay? So this is the alternative. So what we need is to understand now the logic and say, we have a variable is logged on, but we use in our post search database is log on. But also we want that this happen every time when we are logged on, really log on. Not only when I'm clicking manually on log on. So at the moment I'm using the manually thing. But what I really want is so what I want is the log on when he's really logged on. So log on target. And this one is log on, because when we find reference by name and look in the here inside, you will find that every time here like this is logged on, and when true, then the multi-thread trace for objects starts. When it's not true, it starts again, turn log off. Okay, when the log on is not happen. So what we need is this variable. We need this variable, and to happen that this variable works, I have a better idea. We will. Guys, we also lost this one. This variable will not work anymore. We'll delete this. Okay. So what we will do is something different. We will delete this too. Yes, please delete this. Yes. And also we go into this one and let us put this on the side. You can let it like this. So what we will call is in our ABP from our sandbox character, we will call AC log on. I think we need to cast to it, right? No, we can here get AC log on. I know it goes a little bit confusing. Then we call our log on. Was it like this? Get is log on. Yes, this one. And then we want to promote to a variable. So, and then we put this here inside, here inside. So actually what happened now is that we use the AC log on. And I don't know if we need to bind it again. It's log on. Is this the correct one? Let's log on. We will see. So when everything works fine, no, don't work. So what works is that we are okay, wait. It works.
Oh.
Okay.
It does work. Okay.
Look, I'm logged on and I'm in the idle mode. We are in the same situation now. I'm not logged on and I'm going back. Okay. So Ruben, another camera set is locked on. Why? Why you can't read it? Do we need to cast to it first?
Did that just throw up an error for you?
Blueprint runtime error. Access not trying to read property log on. Status log on graph. Event graph. Why? I think we need to cast to it first. So what we need to do here is we disconnect this one. It works. I don't know why it works, but it also shows me an error. So what the system wants from me is that I go into update logic, then update states, and here I have the stance. I will copy this one, and then I will call remove binding, and then I will go to sandbox character, and then into AC log on, and then into is log on. And then we will put this to the side, and then we will say promote to variable, put this here, and then put this down, grab this, put this here, compile, and save. So, and now we have is log on boolean. Yeah, okay. We delete this one. Yes, I want to delete this one. And then we call this one. Actually, why it don't use it the same name? Delete this. Promote to variable. Okay, I need to call it by myself. So is log on. Put this here, compile, save. Now the question is log on. AVP is log on. Walks is log on. Save. And to test it better, we go into event graph and connect this one again. Save all. Now we are locked on. So look, I attack and I'm locked on. I unlock, I lock, I unlock, I lock.
Wow.
Right.
Sometimes I need to change the. And now it looks more naturally because we are also in this this fighting state. You understand?
Yeah, so it's ready to fight and just begin.
Yeah. I mean,
fluidly.
okay, I'm not really in the blocking state, but when I click no on block, he will do this one.
Nice one.
Yeah, good one.
But there are some mistakes we need to figure out. We need to figure out like, look, like this. I click it on aim, and then he lost again the focus. Okay.
Yeah.
Because we are not anymore in the walking pose. Yeah, there are so many things. But it is nice to see how it works, how we can get into it, and yeah, I hope anybody.
Good few steps forward though, right? And then next week we'll finish it off.
Sorry, what?
It's good few steps forward today though, and then next week we'll do a bit more.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we will next week go deeper into this. Let us see, because, oh, I said at the moment I'm working on some C++ work. Okay.
Yeah.
For anybody who wants to know specifically what I'm doing is I'm creating a complete from scratch gameplay ability system for our game, because this is something what really, I think we talked last time about it. You can buy all those frameworks, these ready frameworks. Okay, it will help you to save time, to bring you on a point where you are where you are much more forward than right now. But at the end, in my opinion, you will build your system by yourself again. Because this is what, I don't know, maybe this happened only to me. I'm now more than 6 years into Unreal Engine. And I was really like, wow, you have so many ready assets, you have so many ready things in the Fab marketplace, or it was before the Epic marketplace. And it was like, whoa, I wish I had the money to buy this. And you know, guys, we saved money and buy it some stuff. Okay. The good thing is we don't buy it so many frameworks. I think we buy it only one. So one, I don't want to call names here. This one and this one. This one what we use right now. This one what we use right now, it is really nice for combat and. Okay. And it is really flexible. It is really, so you can do stuff with it how you want, okay, in different ways. Look, guys, this is nice. Q. I click on Q. So, but at the end, how I said, you will sit down and say, hey, what I really need for my game or for my project, what I really want. Do I want to build my game around a framework, what is ready, or do I want to build a framework for my game? And yeah, this brings me then to this point where I did many researches, and I was like at the beginning, hey, I never want to work with C++ and but I'm now 3 weeks into C++, and I can say it is not really fun like working with blueprints, because blueprints are more visual. Okay, yeah, this is what we did today. You have your this points, okay, what describes something, you connect them. It is like the code, okay? Imagine like, look, let me show it to you. It is the same thing like the written code, but imagine like, 1 second, let it load. Okay, look, when you look closely, okay, you have these things like bow, enable, test abilities, okay, as a sample. This is nothing different than
Boolean.
yes, like the Boolean what we have here, okay? This wants to sprint. These are all booleans. We say yes, no, true, false, okay? But there are many things what you can create really only in C++, okay? With C++, like you can create a game ability system with blueprints, and I sit it down for 2 weeks, followed a tutorial how to create it in blueprints, but it gets so complicated that I ended every time up like, hey, C++ is the solution for it. And at the beginning, it looks really complicated, but now I'm more like, okay, I know how it works. And you remember when I said C++ feels unstable, so not stable, like it will crash all the time. No, I'm thinking opposite. So that the blueprint codes are unstable.
Hey, there we
and
go.
C++ is more stable because it is really easy to fix it. It is easier to fix this than blueprint codes.
Yes.
But both has their good and their bad sides, okay? The bad side of this one with Visual Studio is that you have sometimes trouble with the connection to Unreal Engine, so you need to rebuild it, not from scratch. I mean, everybody who knows what I mean with reboot the code. So, and this costs time again. I think this was the last thing where I was sitting. Yeah, I'm now at the moment building. So I set attributes up like health, max health, stamina, max stamina, adrenaline, max adrenaline, experience points, max experience points. These are all the stats what I set it up. Okay, and now I'm working on the combat system, on the melee combat. This time I do something really different. I'm not starting with unarmored combat because we did it so much time. I started with sword and shield.
Oh,
Only to make some differences.
yeah, that'll be fun. That would really
yeah. So yeah, my idea was maybe that I have something to show for this DevMA, but I really was so messed up with all of this code stuff. Or I mean, I spent really much time into this ground structure that I forget completely the time, and then I saw, oh, okay, look, it is time for DevMA.
Yeah, I mean it's okay. You were lost in the work. It happens sometimes.
I think I was here. Ability system component. Yeah, now I'm building an ability system for here, ability melee. This is where I'm at the moment. So, yeah, this was the last thing what I write before I close this. And yeah, so I hope next week I will show you more.
Yeah. It's gonna be exciting. It was a good episode today. I think we learned a lot, and multiple people. Yeah, I could take back.
So yeah, it is nice. So a quick recap is, it's nice to see how you can set up your chooser table. It is really easy when you compare it to state machines, in my opinion. You only need a lot of animations to set this up. But yeah, you can put all of your columns. So you can put bow, enums, float, gameplay tag, objects, object class. You can put so many different things inside and use them here. And it is more, can I explain it? It is more structured, okay? More clean, in my opinion. Yeah, and then we worked with components today. So we get into a component, this AC lock-on. Components are nothing more than things what you created on the site and put it into your character to have it more clean, or in a way what is more structured. Like here's a hit reaction component, dodge it component, motion warping component. This motion warping component is from the sandbox character. Easy combo buffering, lock-on, skill system, QTE, quick time events, parry attack, hitbox. Okay, you have all of these things as components, and all of this describes when you open it, edit, then it open up a component class. Okay, where again a whole code is inside. Okay, instead I can the same way I can write the whole code inside my main character, but then this, imagine like, look, this is a event graph and this is a combat graph. It is a lot of, okay, but when I put all of this inside this tool, then you will easily lose the overview about everything. So it is better to build components. Also, you can build components universal. Universal components means you can use it on different characters. This is another good feature of it, because when you only build for it on your own character, then yeah. The other thing is data tables. Data tables are nice too, because with data tables you can set up different things. You set this up. I don't know. I mean, let us explain this next time, I think, because it goes deeper and deeper now. Imagine like you have here unarmed. Okay, I add a new row. Okay, and this new row will be sword. Okay, we need to set it up in our enum. I can choose no other. But when I put it up in our enum, like spear, sword and shield, bow, maybe, okay? And then I set up what weapon you can choose for it. But I set all of this in the action state, okay? This is a step before, because you need to makes this data table, what you see here, with all of these options, what you have here, you need to create this first, okay? So that you have this and then have it in this way, how this is set it up. And this is from the Command Fury, and it is really nice and clean set it up. The only thing what I added here is the front hit reaction and the back hit reactions. That I have this here too, but for the weapon state, but this is not what I wanted really. I want that the hit reactions comes from the weapon what hits you, and not from the weapon what I have in my hand. And I was really long time into it to fix this, and then it don't happen. The animation blueprint is clear too, I think, because all the animations what is happen here, without the animation blueprint, your character will not have movement. So like here, this character, when I say to him, hey, you know what? Delete your enemy class, compile, and then he will go into, it will crash. Normally it don't crash, okay? What will happen is more that the animation stops, and this is why it is important that you have an animation blueprint inside. Not only for this, an animation blueprint defines so much more.
Fantastic. Yeah. That's been a full episode, I think. Been a lot to digest. I think there's a number of people who would probably want to watch that a few times just to see some of how you work, some of how you kind of get through the blueprint details and development details on the mechanics side of things. So yeah, pretty cool. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, we weren't really granular this episode. I think it was good for people to see what it takes, to actually develop a game. So this was a fun one, episode 52.
Let me really quick show you this. Open it again. Here, look. Our character is now in the T pose or in the A pose, okay? Because it has no animations. When I start not playing, it will happen nothing. You see? I can choose the direction where he goes. Actually, this looks good too. But I can't even attack. And this is because we have no animation blueprint. And then what is important is that we set up our ABP sandbox character. I hope this one is correct. And you see he gets back into movement. Compile, save. And when we now walk around, everything works again. We can attack, we can do everything.
Oh, wow.
Wait, there was more. X is this one. And also, wait, we have our ultimate attack too. Let me fast level up our character. You see how our XP increased, level 4, level 5, level 6, level 7. And we will purchase this one, and we will purchase this one. So heavy attack. This is dodge. This is you will be received. This is not important. Okay. And now when I hold it,
whoa! Look at you!
Attack. Yeah, this is really nice. But the thing is, there's no stop or no thing what stops me to do it all the time.
Yeah.
He's just having fun, isn't it?
True power. Okay. We are done for this episode, I would say.
Yep. Time to call it a day.
Yeah. When you have questions, you can contact Tiva or Ben every time. They learn it so much in this 52 episodes.
Yeah.
When you look, let me ask you something. When you have a PC in front of you, okay, you have a PC with Unreal Engine inside of it.
Yes.
Would you be able to open it up and do some stuff on it? So like setting up a simple character, and I would say with movement into 4 different directions.
I think I could have a really good go at doing it. I don't know whether I'd do it particularly well, but I'm pretty sure I could set up a character and get most of the way there.
You know what? I think we do this in one episode, maybe in the next episode, that we set up a character from scratch, completely from scratch. Like, imagine like that you have a blank project, okay, in Unreal Engine. You have a complete blank project without this already set up character, without animation blueprint, without nothing. And what we will do is we will set up from scratch a character with this movement and everything. Because every time what we see is our ready character moves around, makes this nice movements, makes this nice attacks, and. But I think nobody knows how much work is behind in the first steps too.
Yeah, true. Yeah, probably that'd be a good episode. I think it'd be useful, very, very useful and interesting.
Maybe we do this next time, huh?
Yeah.
Let us say when the people are interested in this. We don't want to show something what is boring, maybe.
Oh, I can't imagine that's boring because it's the bacon. Is it? I don't know. I guess it depends what you're interested in.
You will sit down there for 30 minutes. Sorry, Tiva.
No, go ahead.
I would say you will sit down there for 30 minutes, maybe. Okay, set up your character that he can walk around, and the result what you will get is he will walk around. Okay, and you will maybe for the people who are watching, it will be like, or not for you maybe, okay, when you are all the time with me and you see how we do every single step, you will have the same feeling like, wow, we created something. But for people who are watching later and skip to this part to see the results, they will say, wow, what, they did all the episode, only that guy can walk around.
Yeah, that's why we have to make boring things interesting. Because anything could be boring, but it's all about the presentation. So it's on us. We're getting better. But hey, episode 52, whatever we put out, we'll just have to make it interesting.
Yeah. I would say thanks for joining us today again, guys. It was a pleasure. Is this the right word?
Pleasure, yeah.
Pleasure. I think I say pleasure. Yeah, it was a pleasure. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Day 4, smoke free.
Hey, very nice, man.
Keep going, man.
Goes
Keep
good.
going.
Thanks to God. And yeah, so, but I feel it. I feel that I'm more active and that I need to do something.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing, right?
No, you pour all that energy into Unreal Engine, right?
Yeah, or family.
Yeah.
Good
definitely.
energy. It's good energy.
Definitely.
And this was a
Okay. Is there something to add, guys?
No, other than thanks for watching, and we'll see you in episode 53.
see you guys next week.
Thank you guys for watching. See you then.
Cheers, guys. Take care.
Wish you all good weekend and till next time.